It's the 1st January 2025. So unless you want to lose also this year, okay, and not learn and not change and not grow and not make the amount of money you want to make and still being in the same loops over and over and over, then you have to learn the lessons. That's why today I have here for you my 19 lessons of this year, the 2024, the year that made me and the year that broke me at the same time.
They call him the GOAT of coaching. At 21 years old, his first company got evaluated at 7.8 million euros. With his mystic aura, he opens his Zoom calls and starts roasting his students one by one.
You are a piece of shit.
With his brutally straightforward way of coaching, he unlocks your mind and body, and some students collapse.
I am free!
More!
I am free!
More and more people are joining his cult.
Also, the fucking elevator knows that I'm in the fucking gym.
Now, rumors says he's working on a secret project.
Okay, yes, I saw what he's building.
They say he's creating something big.
It's bigger than you think.
Like this video, subscribe, and join now his waiting list before it's too late.
So, without losing any time, we jump straight away. Let me just introduce myself. If you don't know me, I'm Denis Bilo. I'm the founder of the Fluence Group, Ltd. We have an investor right now, and yeah, we're growing so much, even if probably we're going to change a lot not probably, we're changing a lot the company. Probably we're going to stop being in the SMMA. And yeah, so if you know me and if you followed my journey last year, I traveled, I think 11 or 12 countries. I've been in Mexico, Dubai, Bulgaria, Albania, Italy, Poland, Sweden. I've traveled a lot. Okay, I've been Tenerife, Ireland. I've traveled a lot. And yeah, and I learned so many things, and I lost so many battles, and I lost so many battles that now I learned a lot. So let's go straight away with the first point. What is the first thing that I realized this year? If you follow my video, you saw that I talked about a lot about bending reality. Why? Because the first thing that you have to understand is that reality doesn't exist. This is the first lesson. Reality doesn't exist. It's all a construct of your mind. Okay? And I was on shrooms. With my coach in Mexico, in Tulum, when I realized it, because I was with my coach in his apartment, in his penthouse. So we go into the roof. We like shrooms. We go into the roof and we start meditating until we realize that for real, there is no such thing as reality. Okay. Reality is only perception. Okay. It's only perception. So I don't want to go deep on this right now, but because there are other videos that you can see that so many of you loved, and how you can use this concept to bend reality, because reality doesn't exist, then you can bend it at your own command. Because as we're gonna see later, reality is a reflection of yourself. Okay? And this brings us to the second point, that past and future are only limiting beliefs. So close your eyes. Do it. Yeah, do it. You close your eyes, and if you focus enough, you can realize that there is no such thing as past and future. Why? Because the same day I was on shrooms, I realized that what is the past? The past is a thought that you are having now about another sector of the quantum field. Okay, it's another version of reality that happened, like that it's not the past. It's like it's just another sector of reality of the quantum field. So people call it past or people call it future, but what they don't realize is that it's just a fucking thought. It's just a fucking thought they're having now, nothing else. Okay, When you realize that there is no such thing as past and future, then there is an eternal and unlimited now. And when you focus yourself, when you focus on the now, that's when you have all those unlimited powers. Okay, then you can tap into high states, into high awareness states. And if you truly focus on the present moment, that's when it's like a movie, when you edit a video, you zoom in or you zoom out. And like living in the present moment means like zooming in, and tapping into the single frame of the reality. And when you tap into the single frame of reality, that's when you can bend it. Okay, that's when you can bend it, and you realize that all the things that you was obsessed about, or all those things that you was caring so much about, all those fears are not true, are not fucking true, because if you're here, that's all there is. Okay, this is the second thing. And the third thing I want you to know is that the third lesson is simplicity is the real answer. Why I say that? I say that because if you're one of my students, you probably know that I'm the strategy guy, marketing guy, strategy guy. And I used to overcomplicate so much everything. Okay. I used to overcomplicate so much everything. When in reality, what I realized, and like I was overcomplicating everything, and because I was overcomplicating everything, then things became complicated, and then I had to struggle. Why? Because reality is simple. Reality is that everything you want to do is simple. Okay, everything is simple, my bro. It's fucking simple. Okay, and because everything is simple, then if you don't understand this, it means that you believe that whatever you want to achieve in life is hard. And because you believe it to be hard, then you will make it hard. You will make choices that will make that thing hard, also if it's not. Okay? So, people, like, remember this thing. There is no such thing as problem. There is no such thing as problem. Because what is the problem? A problem is a consequence plus your emotional involvement. So people call problem the the consequence. The consequence is the same, because if I say to you, bro, if you lose like, it's a problem if you lose 100 grand, you would say yes, probably. If I ask you, is a problem if Elon Musk loses 100 grand? No, but it's the same thing. So why it's a problem for you, and why not a problem for Elon? The only reason why for you it's hard, or it's a problem, and for Elon it's not a problem, is because you have the emotional involvement. You are attached to that. Okay, so that's what makes it a problem, because either way it's only a consequence, and the consequence is the same. Okay, so there is no such thing as problems in life. There are consequences. So, but people are emotionally involved. Then the imagine as a surface of the sea. For every problem consequence, there is a simple solution in the surface. But because people are emotionally involved and they believe on problems, they say, "Oh, this is a big problem." Actually, a consequence can't be big or small. It's yes or not. It's a consequence or not. It's binary. But why problems are not binary? It depends. Like, are big or small? Only because the emotional involvement can be big or small. Okay. So when you have solutions, and when you see people that problems and are emotionally involved on things, they see solutions and they say, "Nah, this is not the solution. It can't be too simple. It can't be too simple. This is a big problem. No, this is a too simple solution. Oh yes, this is the solution is always that simple, bro." Also in business, what's the thing? The thing is that every smart person can find a solution, but a real genius finds simple solutions. Okay, so everybody can find solution to problems, but who can find that person who can find simple solutions to problems, to consequences? That person is a real genius. Okay, so genius is about simplifying things. It's not about adding things. It's about removing, not adding. Okay, making things simple, not complex. So The fourth lesson of this year is that life is a live streaming of your soul. What do I mean by that? Some weeks ago, I was meditating and I jumped into this super high state of awareness. I didn't try to jump into this kind of meditation. I just lied in bed and like suddenly I find myself into this super high state of awareness. What the fuck is that? I was feeling the whole chest like expanding, like I don't know how to describe it. And the chest was expanding, the gut feeling I was having like releases and barbs in the solar plexum, and my gut feeling was like, increasing, and I was feeling things and like yeah, and I started seeing all my fears and things that like before I wasn't able to see, only like that was popping out, but I was always escaping those fears. And for the first time, I saw the fears. Why? Because I was reading. But the thing is that I went into a super deep state. I observed all my fears. I analyzed all my fears and I let go of all my fears. And suddenly I understand like the moment I was escaping fears outside, I would hear like sounds. I would hear like things like the neighbors or like whatever, like other people in the room, like they would do noises. And the moment I was like really too deep, could dive deep into myself. I remember like the neighbors closing the windows. The another person in my house here turned off the TV and turned off the telephone. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I realized that the internal and the external were the same. Life is a reflection of your soul. And in that moment, I was actually bending reality. Okay. I was truly, truly, truly bending reality because I wasn't bending reality. I was bending myself. And the reality is a consequence of yourself. And I was observing my soul so much. I had my soul in front of me. And yeah. So life is a live streaming of your soul, and people. The crazy thing is that people try to change the external reality by being the same fucking guy. By don't by like yeah. A crazy thing that I realized is that after I let go of all my fears, I listened to a voice inside of me that was like, "You are a failure," and this voice was so loud. And then I was like, "What the fucking voice is this?" And then I was like, oh shit, then I realized this voice has always been inside of me, but I didn't want to hear that. And I was always escaping. Let me do more marketing. Let me do more outreach. Let me do more ads. Let me do more this. Let me hire more people. And all my life was a reflection of that fear because I was escaping that fear. So people try to change the outside, but you have to change your fucking soul. You have to change and the soul, you feel it like, I don't know, at least for me, I felt it like something like that here. And when you truly observe it, and you can really be ready to let go of things, and that's how you bend it. That's how you bend it. Life is a live fucking streaming of your soul. Point number 5. Pain exists until you stop avoiding it. In the same moment when I was doing that meditation, what I realized is that I had those fears, I had those things that I wasn't truly, that were hurting me. Okay. And like I faced like so much pain in that meditation that I was like, at a certain moment, I wanted to end it up there. Okay. But then I was like facing after fear, and I realized that the moment I solved the fear, it was only the moment I decided to see it. If you only put the awareness on the fear, you just let go of it. It's not about, you don't have to change your fears. You don't have to let go. Let go is a process of awareness. Okay. We're gonna see it later. So if you continue avoid the pain inside your mind, inside your soul, the pain is always gonna stay there because by definition, the pain is something that makes you escape it. People escape from pain and go to pleasure. From pain to pleasure. People move from pain to pleasure. This is one of the basic first human conditioning that we have, okay? So by continuing escaping to the pain, you're defining it again as pain. And by continue escaping the pain, you're creating more of that because you're not letting go of it. So the moment you start accepting things, okay, I'm ready to see everything. And no matter how hard it is, no matter how much pain it is, you're truly ready to see it. In that moment, the pain, you let it go. So pain exists until you stop avoiding it. Point number 6, everything is already yours. Okay, I was in Mexico, I was going in Dubai, and I received a message from my coach. I was with in the taxi, going to Cancun, from Tulum to Cancun, taking the flight, and I see thousands, probably, I don't know how many plates, like 888, 999, 232, 360. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And so many signs, so many things, like it was absolutely insane. I go to the airport, I sit down to eat into the restaurant, of the airport, and I receive a message from my coach. And it goes like, people are the relationship between people and God is the same relationship between a leaf and a tree. Okay? And it was written that a leaf is part of a tree, the same way a person, the same way you are part of God. So a leaf, why there are certain leaves that dies and certain leaves that lives? Because certain leaves take the nourishment and the other don't. Okay? So it's not about God not giving you things, like the tree send the nourishment into every leaf. But the reason why certain leaves take it and certain leaves don't, it's not about the tree, it's about themselves. So if you think about it, everything is already yours. Everything is already yours. If you close your eyes and you realize that in your block, there is a deal, a real estate deal. You have internet access. You have 7 billion people. You can outreach 7 billion people today. Okay, how is possible that certain people doesn't have money and certain people? The only reason why is because certain people are taking money while other people don't. Okay, so everything is already yours, and you are the only one who's not taking the nourishment. Okay, you just have to decide to take everything what it's already actually yours. Okay, that's the goal. That's the thing. So everything is already yours. You don't have to take it. You have to claim things that are yours. 7, you are God. This is one of the most important things that I learned this year. And I heard so many people say something like that because this is something that it's written in the Bible. And yeah, but I don't truly think that people really, really in this concept. The fact that you are God means that you have no fucking limitations, my man. It means that the only limiting belief, like, you're God. I'm gonna give you another quote that it's my quote. You are always bending reality. And if you don't believe you can bend reality, you're bending a reality where you can't bend reality. Okay? So, you always bend reality. Okay? This means that even like if you believe that you are, because you are a creator, you're always a creator. Okay? If you believe that you are stupid, you are limiting yourself and bending a reality where you are stupid. You're just limiting yourself. Okay? So we are already God. And if you don't believe this, if you don't believe that for real, we are for real God, and we can bend reality at our own command, then you're bending a reality where you're not God. And that's you. I mean, if you like it, that's okay. So we are God already. God is inside of us. God is not something outside of us. This is something that I realized when I was in Poland. Okay, and I had like a crazy download. I was like, oh shit. God is not something to pray outside. God is something to pray inside. Okay? 7, 8, 8. Radical truth to yourself is the long-term solution to everything. Radical truth to yourself is a long-term solution to everything. Look how beautiful this is. Why? Because people who lie to themselves, even like saying like, I'm not scared of that. You are scared of something. You say, no, I'm not scared of that. You know what happened? Is that you will never face the fear because you lied to yourself saying that you don't have that fear. So that fear will always stay there. You will never be courageous. You will never jump only because that fear, you said that it's not there. Okay, even if it's there. So if that fear is there, then you will have all the consequences of the fear, but you will not understand why you have certain consequences in your life, and will call it like bad luck. Man, it's not bad luck. It's not bad luck. It's that somewhere you lied to yourself. Like everything is a consequence, okay? So people who lie to themselves, they like people who lie to the other people, they don't lie to the other people, they lie to themselves. Okay. And everybody I see today, everybody's lying to the other people because everybody's lying to himself. I'm strong and I'm this. Bro, you deep down, you know that you're not strong. Like if it's not that if you say to yourself that you're strong, if you're not, and if you're not, then you're not gonna get strong. You're you like the fact that you're scared of saying that you're weak makes you even weaker. Do you realize it? The real strength is about admitting that weakness and then focusing on that, working on that, and becoming the motherfucker you want. You know? So oh shit, like, yeah, I'm wrong here means that you have to work on that, means that you have to change, and this is pain. So people think that by lying to themselves, they're not gonna have the consequences of reality. Bro, if you see a blue dog walking and you say, I never saw the blue dog, the consequences of the blue dog are still gonna happen. Okay? So then people who lie, they will have like so many problems in their life. They're not gonna know where those problems come from. And then they will say like, oh shit, I'm fucked up. Oh man, yeah, you're pretty fucked up because you lied until now. And now it's like cleaning your room, but without, in reality, you don't clean it. You put things below your bed in the fucking wardrobe, you know? And like sooner or later, the thing will come out. And you say like, if you say that you don't lie, then bro, this is your biggest lie. 8, 9. Because people say, no, I don't lie. Like, no. Like, they don't really know the consequences of lies. If you knew the consequences of lies, bro, you wouldn't do it anymore in your whole life. Believe me. I made a whole video about that. Actually, 2 or 3. So, 9. Courage is the act of faith, of embracing your fears, not avoiding them. Yeah. Courage is the act of faith, of embracing your fears, not avoiding them. Who is a person who's courageous? A person who's courageous is not a person who doesn't have fears. No, a person who doesn't have fears, he's simply lying to himself and he's just in the comfort zone. Being courageous means always living in your edge and your fears, accepting your fears and still deciding to do it. It's not about not like so many people have the concept of being courageous, like somebody who's not scared. If you avoid your fears, you will always be scared. If you face your fears, you will be courageous and you will be fearless. But being fearless doesn't mean not having fear, means facing your fears to a point where those doesn't define you anymore because you're not acting from them, you're acting from a higher faith. Okay. So courage is the act of faith, of embracing your fears, not avoiding them. And your fears, remember this thing, your fears are the entry door to the path to your greatness. Okay. Fears are the entry door to your greatness. So people who escape their fears, they're always escaping their version of themselves. Okay. 9, 10. By the way, those are all breakthroughs that I had. Like those are all things that I realized for myself. I don't want to be the guru. Like all those things I'm telling you right now is because I told those things to myself, even if I actually am a guru. So 10, your breakdown is the tipping point of your breakthrough. Your breakdown is the tipping point of your breakthrough. This is from the book, actually. the mountain is you. And she says that the moment a star collapses is the moment the star becomes a supernova. So if you're really scared to collapse, you're never gonna become a supernova. Like, you become a supernova only when you truly go of everything and you allow yourself to collapse and say, oh shit, I made it all wrong. Are you truly ready to say that? Are you really ready to break? You have to break sometimes. You have to be, and you like, if you're like a glass who never wants to get to get broken, you're always gonna be broken. Okay. Instead, if you become like water and you're not scared of being broken, you will easily open and reconnect and like you will flow. Okay. So if you the moment of pain in your life are the moment where the opportunity is highest. Okay. So your breakdown is the tipping point of your breakthrough. You're gonna have all the breakthroughs of your life only if you embrace your breakdown. 7. By the way, subscribe to the waiting list below because I'm building something huge, man. For real, you don't wanna lose it. It's free. So 11, and then join my Telegram community. Your fears will sooner or later become true if you keep escaping. Okay, now we're talking about the same, actually very similar things, but I want you to really read, because this is what I told you. This 2024 broke me, but also made me. It made me only because, not only because, but because those are the things that I realized. I was escaping my fears so much. And now I realize it. So your fears will sooner or later become true if you keep escaping them. I was escaping so many fears in the business. Fear of losing money, of losing employees, and like suddenly I went from 15 people to 5 people. I was like, oh shit. Imagine like losing all those people in 1 month, max 2. Why? Because I was scared of that. The moment I let go of things, but it was also like my mind next level, okay? Because actually I lost all the people that weren't aligned to the new vision I had. But by the way, so if you don't work on your fears, you will live if you keep your fears, what you will do is that you will live in a state of survival because you're escaping those fears and you're not gonna be creative and you're gonna end up in this situation where your fears will be manifested. So you have to truly let go of things. 12. The man who wins the negotiation is the one who's ready to walk away without the deal. This is a thing from Donald Trump. The man who wins the negotiation is the one who's ready to walk away without the deal. Okay? So is the man who's always more detached. He's the less detached person in the room to win. He's the less detached person in the room to achieve everything. He's the less detached person in the room to get everything. Why? Because he's totally detached. But how do you become totally detached? By facing your fears, as I said you before. True warriors, the best warriors in war, used to meditate on death. And those guys weren't scared to die. That's why they could move like freely and effortlessly and then they would kill everybody else because they wasn't scared to die. So when you're scared to die, you're paralyzed, you're like thinking too much and you're like, moving in a state of fear and like anxiety. And then you will end up like somebody's gonna kill you. 13. Your gut feeling is always right, my man. Your gut feeling is always right. I see so many people, myself included, who I was escaping so much my gut feeling. For years, my gut feeling was telling me, Dennis, those are the problems in your business. Those are the things that are like, but I wasn't ready to level up. Now I realized I can see the patterns. And I didn't listen to my gut feelings because I was scared of if I listened to my gut feelings, then I had to do certain things that I didn't want to do. I was escaping. But then you always end up like losing if you don't follow your gut feeling. Your gut feeling is always right, my man. 14. Stepping into your creator mode is done by constantly living in the facing of your fears and changing of and cleansing of your soul. When you fear nothing, you create everything. Think about it. The process of creation is a process of intention. It's not a process of intention because intention is not a process. It's like to signal. It's an intention. It's like, okay, there's no time. It's an intention. So there are two states you can be in: intention or desire. So many people are stuck in desire, but what is the difference? The difference is that desire is intention plus fear. You want something, you're scared that you're not gonna have it, so you have the desire. So you want it, you know? But it's how like instead, when you live in intention, you take it, you do it. Okay? So stepping into your creator mode, it's about like living in a state of freedom from your fears. And you achieve that only by constantly observing your fears, being ready to see them instead of, no, I don't see the fear. But no, you substitute, you saw the fear very well. That's why you turn your head, you know? And when you fear nothing, you create everything. 15. And again, remember, fearing nothing doesn't mean not fearing, means facing every fear, because fear will always be there. Like, just face them. 15. Life will continue testing you if you're not ready yet. The reason why your life is stressing you, but never giving you things is because somewhere you're not ready yet, my man. So close your eyes and ask yourself, am I truly ready? And then observe your state inside, like observe the answers inside of you. Like, and probably a voice would say no. But you would say, no, this voice, I don't hear this voice. And you will lie. But I told you before that if you lie, bro, you will still have the consequences of the thing, but multiplied because you're not gonna solve it, you know? So ask yourself this question, am I ready yet? And then listen for the bad answer. Because if you're not achieving things that you want, probably you're not ready yet. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. If you really to put the work, then there's nothing wrong with that. 16. Thoughts. This again is from Mexico when I was on Schroeds. Thoughts are the tool to select the sector of the quantum field you want and then start feeling it. Okay? To give you context, it's like imagine taking the remote, put Netflix on the TV, and then continue scrolling for a movie, but you always scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You don't know what movie to see, but you never decide to watch a movie. You never step into it, okay? So people are like that. That's the same thing people are doing. People are thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking, but they're never truly being. Like, how do they do it? Like, bro, fuck it. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Stop overthinking so much. You have to start being and start doing. So you realize it. Another lesson that I've been put here when I joined into a call with Ty Lopez and his team, because he's a client of my client So I call, and then what I noticed is that successful people, like the whole energy was different, and like this is what I came out with. Successful people, big players are living in the being and in the doing, and brookies and like people who don't have what they want, they're living in the feeling and in the thinking. You got my point. So 17 and 16, still here, didn't finish. So continue thinking without starting feeling it. It's useless, bro. I mean, you're stuck there, So stop being stuck there. Start like truly embodying the version of yourself. Start walking like the motherfucker you want to be. Start walking like the successful guy. Why you keep thinking you want? Not embodying it. Start being and start doing it. Point number 17. We got only 3 points. Life happens to you versus life happens for you versus life happens through you. This is something that I heard for the first time from I forgot the guy, but I listened it from somebody. He said, "Life doesn't happen for you. Life happens happen to you, life happens for you. And this helped me massively until the moment I realized it doesn't even happen for you. Yes, this is true, but life happens through you. You're a creator. And as I said before, the point was that life is the live streaming of your soul. It's a live streaming. Everything happens through you, my bro. Okay, so you have to be ready to change. You have to change your being and embodying the motherfucker you want. Okay? So 18. You're always right. Choose your right. Okay? Reality is perception. You can say what the fuck you want. You're always gonna be right. Okay? You're always gonna be right. You can lie to yourself and you're gonna be right. You're always gonna be right. You can say, it's scarcity, there is scarcity, everybody's like that. Or you can say, oh, it's full of abundance. Bro, you're right. You right. Like, I have a friend of mine who is like a doctor, and he said me, Dennis, you know what's the crazy thing about people with cancer? No. Like, there are two types of people. Those who believe they're gonna heal themselves and those who are gonna believe they're gonna die. They both are right. They both are right. 19. Loneliness, and this is the last one actually. This is the last one. So before that, build the last piece of advice. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like below, and subscribe later to the waiting list. Subscribe to the waiting list because I'm gonna build something massive. Okay, I'm still building it. 19. I'm the god of coaching, you remember. 19. Loneliness is about you not being there for yourself. Loneliness is about you not being there for yourself. It's not about other people. Loneliness doesn't care. It's not about how many people are around you. Okay, how many people are around you? Not about, do you truly love yourself? Are you truly there for yourself? That's being fulfilled. That's being with yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can be around thousands of people and not love yourself and still feel lonely. So yeah, this video is finished. And before finishing it, leave a like below, subscribe, and watch the next one. God bless you, man. Bye bye.